The Tale of King Sindbad. In the land of Persia, there was a king named Sinbad. He had a pet hawk that he loved dearly and never parted with. The king ordered a small golden bowl to be made and hung around the hawk's neck so that whenever it was thirsty, it could drink from it. One day, King Sindbad went hunting with his minister and his servants. As usual, he took the hawk with him. They caught a deer, and the king's men surrounded it. But the deer managed to escape. King Sindbad shouted, "Don't let it get away. If the deer passes in front of anyone, I will order that person to be killed." Before he finished speaking, the deer jumped over him and ran away. The king's servants looked at the minister in silence. The minister whispered to the king, "The deer has escaped over your head. What should we do now?" King Sindbad understood the minister's meaning. He mounted his horse and shouted, "I will chase the deer. I won't return until I catch it." He said this and galloped after the fleeing deer. The hawk, perched on his shoulder, spread its wings and flew swiftly to catch up with the deer. It pecked at the deer's eyes, blinding it so that it could no longer escape. King Sindbad arrived, caught the deer, and killed it. He threw its carcass over his horse and then sat under a tree to rest. Water was dripping from the tree's branches. The king was happy to see the drops of water. He took the golden bowl from the hawk's neck and placed it under the dripping water. The bowl filled with water, and he brought it to his lips to drink. Suddenly, the hawk struck the bowl with its wings, causing it to fall and spill the water. King Sindbad looked at the hawk and kindly said, "You want a drink too? Huh? Wait a moment." He filled the bowl again with water and held it out to the hawk, saying, "You drink first, then I will." But again, the hawk struck the bowl with its wings, spilling the water. The king thought to himself, "It must want me to give water to my horse first." He filled the bowl once more and placed it on the ground in front of his horse. But before the horse could drink, the hawk struck the bowl again, spilling all the water. This time, the king became angry. He shouted at the hawk, "You cursed bird! You won't drink yourself and won't let me or my horse drink either." In his rage and thirst, he drew his sword and wounded the hawk. The wounded bird looked at King Sindbad with eyes filled with pain and sorrow. Then it pointed its head towards a branch of the tree. King Sindbad noticed the hawk's gesture. He looked up at the branch and saw a large, terrifying snake coiled there, dripping poison from its mouth. King Sindbad stared at the snake in shock and then cried out in regret. He took the wounded hawk in his arms and said, "My kind bird, you saved my life, and what have I done to you?" He mounted his horse again and rode quickly back to his palace, feeling exhausted and sad. Upon reaching the palace, he handed over the deer's carcass to the chief cook while still holding the hawk in his arms as he sat on his throne. The hawk was taking its last breaths. King Sindbad looked at it with sorrow and regret, stroking its wings gently. Eventually, the hawk breathed its last breath in King Sindbad's hands. The king was left with a lifetime of regret. The tale concluded as King of Greece turned to his minister and said, "I fear that if I believe in new words and kill Sage of Rian, I will end up regretting it for life, like King Sindbad." The minister cunningly replied, "But my lord, I only seek your good. I insist that Sage of Rian is a threat to your life. If you do not kill him, he will kill you, just like that minister who plotted to kill the prince." King of Greece asked, "What is this story about?" The minister said, "It's an interesting tale. Listen closely as I tell it."
If you want to see more awesome content, make sure to like this video and subscribe.